You're watching E.T.N. Share and subscribe.
Hey guys, welcome to Entertainment Talk Nation. This is Rob. This video, we're going to do a vlog slash gaming video. Actually, we're not going to be talking about the game, but that's what you're going to see here. I'm playing Starcraft. This is actually the co-op play in the game where you team up with one other person randomly and you take on a map and you got to do the objectives and stuff like that. I'm actually playing the Terrans. But in terms of what the topic of discussion is, and just for the record, before I get into that, you will see some videos like this. This allows me, it gives me a little bit easier of a time to do some of the more focused videos I do where you actually see me, because I'm still trying to get into a good routine when I do some primary discussion videos, such as, like, you know, if I'm doing a show, like doing some of the videos the last couple of days, or if I want to just talk about a random topic, I'll probably do them like this in between regular videos, just that way I can still provide content while not taking up too much of the time, because obviously when I do a video where you can actually see me and stuff like that, it's a little bit more of a setup. I got to set up the camera, a little bit more editing's involved. So this gives me an opportunity to at least provide more content while not getting behind the eight ball, so to speak. The other reason I'm doing this like this today is because I do have a cold. I'm not sure if you can tell. I have been medicating hard, but visually I have conjunctivitis in my right eye, so it's a little bit swollen. It's really red, so it doesn't look too good. So I don't want to obviously put that on camera. But topic of conversation. So it's been a week since we got the leaked pictures of Godzilla. A lot of people have expressed themselves in terms of how they feel about the look. Everybody's had their opinions. Everybody's had their take. We also have, on the other side of the map, we discussed in the second video last week of the potential of Godzilla having three forms. Now, when I made that video, I did mention in the video that I wasn't too familiar with the website. I think it was Bleeding Cool or something like that. And that, you know, take it with a grain of salt, more or less, is what I said. I thought the idea was cool. I liked the idea. Now there are more rumors circulating that could not be the case, that a lot of people believe strongly it's not the case. Either way, we don't know for sure. We won't know for sure until we get a trailer or until we see the movie. The other thing to discuss too here is, you know, there's a lot of people, you know, I'm not sure what the storyline is for this movie. You know, nobody knows. Nothing's been released. Nothing's been official. Some of the things that I've heard so far from some of you viewers and other people outside of YouTube on other forums is a lot of crazy predictions or scenarios involving this iteration of Godzilla. One of the things I'm hearing is that this is the same Godzilla from the 1954 and that this movie will be a direct sequel. Of course, once again, we don't know that. We're not 100% sure. My opinion is, I don't think, well, let me say this. On one hand, Toho has never been one to shy away from not caring about continuity. So there is a chance of that. They could completely just say, well, yeah, he may have been boned when he was down there and this and that, but yeah, somehow he came back. Personally, I don't see it. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. If you remember watching 54, it was pretty clear that he was gone. So I can't see him coming. I know a lot of people are going to argue, well, he can regenerate. Well, that's fine, but what is he regenerating from? There was nothing left of him. So I don't think we're going to see this Godzilla. I don't think it's going to be the 54 Godzilla. Plus, that would take away the whole the nice lore that they crafted for that movie, with Dr. Serizawa coming up with the machine to take him out, how dangerous it was. That whole message, that would pretty much be negated, because now at this point, if the oxygen destroyer couldn't kill Godzilla at that time, then it kind of just makes that movie look like, you know, it just takes away from it, in my opinion. And I hope they don't do that. The other thing is, a lot of people think that if it's not the three forms, that he just gradually regenerates through the movie. I guess that's a possibility. I'm not sure if that's the route they're going to go. It could just be that this is the Godzilla they want. They want a Godzilla that's going to look fucked up, a bit mute. He's going to look like a monster, you know, he's a real monster from a scary perspective, not just the Godzilla we know and love. A lot of opinions on how the monster looks is, you know, it's funny. I see more people who support the look getting upset at people who don't support the look, rather than vice versa. Like, usually, if people like something, the people who don't like it will shit on the people who like it, but this has been really reversed, which is kind of surprising. And I understand it. I know there's people out there who really support how it looks and they really like it and they kind of want people to like it. That's just not going to happen. I mean, we can just accept that. That doesn't mean that these people won't eventually like the movie itself. I think the movie plays a really big role into whether or not you're going to like this Godzilla, because you may not like how he looks, but come movie time, if he starts acting in such a way that you're like, wow, this Godzilla's ferocious, he's no joke, blah, 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 that could completely change your opinion, which is why I'm kind of reserving my judgment overall until the movie comes out. There are certain aspects of the suit that I like now that I've gotten a whole week to look at it. I do like the face. I love the teeth. I'm still not crazy about the eyes. The arms, I'm 6 to 1, half a dozen to the other, because on one hand, Godzilla's really never had big arms, but these look really, really short. And his torso, a lot of people say he looks frail. I don't think so. I think he looks pretty sizable in the chest area. I think he looks built. Neck, I think, is still a little bit too long. So the neck, I don't know. Again, overall, I have to see it on screen. I have to see how it plays out. I got to see how he moves around. We still haven't, we don't know what his atomic breath is going to look like. That's also going to be a big deal. A lot of people are going to pay attention to that, his atomic breath. So I think there's a lot of variables that go into whether or not this Godzilla is going to be liked. I think the problem right now is that this is a very different Godzilla. Very, very different. And I think, like it's happened, some people are going to love it right away. I think some people, it'll take time to grow on them. I normally try my hardest and overall do not like to pass judgment right off the bat. Again, I still remain 50-50 on the whole design, but I weigh towards more of the positive because there's other aspects of this design that we're not going to see until the movie comes out. There's certain CGI elements they're probably going to add that we're not going to be able to see right now that might enhance the look. So there's a lot that goes into it, but I don't think people should be going crazy right now. I see a lot of that, and this has happened with 2014. It's happening now. I'm predicting this is going to happen for the next couple of years. Of course, shortly after the 2016 movie, then we got the 2018 movie, followed by the 2020 movie. 2018 being the sequel to G14, and then 2020 being Godzilla vs. King Kong. So, but I think people should just live and let live. If there's people out there who don't like it, they're more than entitled to that. If there's people out there who love it, they're more than entitled to that. The bottom line is, until we see the movie, I don't think any of us are really going to determine how we feel about this new Godzilla. I do like the fact, and I respect the fact that they're going in the direction that they've never gone before. I do feel they put themselves in a position where they really have to come out there and do something big, because they were kind of talking trash and talking their Godzilla up, and I still do feel their first attempt to market the movie and promote it was very poor. It was very, very poor with that trailer. It was, I know, and a lot of people tried to defend it. I understand you love Toho. Some people, they just, doesn't matter what, they love Toho. They can do no wrong in their eyes. But it was a piss poor trailer. It was a piss poor trailer. And a lot of people tried to come back at me and say, well, you can't compare it to the Gamera trailer because the Gamera trailer was a concept. Concept or not, what we saw from Gamera versus what we saw from Godzilla so far, Gamera was a million times better. There's no comparison, hands down, lock, stock, and barrel. So I'm hoping that in the coming weeks we get something from Toho that's a little bit more tangible, something that we can really stick our teeth into and salivate over in terms of seeing Godzilla back on Toho, back in Japan, seeing what they have to bring to the table. I really do feel overall they'll probably deliver. I don't know if they'll deliver to the measure of America, because they just don't have those kinds of finances. They just don't have that kind of budget, and they're obviously going a more practical direction, which is fine. Practical is fine. I mean, you see what JJ did with Star Wars, so we know practical works. Let's just hope that in combination with the CGI, that it looks really good, and hopefully the story has to play a big role. I won't lie, after seeing the Attack on Titan movie, I'm not too confident in the storytelling, but again, and I know that the person from Evangelion is the one directing it, not the guy from Attack on Titan, but they are working together. Needless to say, ideas exchange. Let's just hope that the director from Evangelion is the one that's pulling more of the strings and let the other guys stick to the special effects like he's supposed to. I have confidence in him in that area because he did the Gamin trilogy. So, but let's see what happens, guys. Let's not go too nuts. We don't know what's going to happen. I don't think it's going to be Godzilla from 54. That would screw up the continuity completely. It would kind of rewrite history. I don't know if you want to take your best Godzilla movie and completely rewrite it and overhaul it. But again, Toho has never been too concerned about killing continuity in the past. So if they do that, it doesn't surprise me. But I think this is going to be a whole new Godzilla. I think the scarring is just going to be the result of the atomic mutation and nothing more. And whether or not this whole three forms theory comes true or not, we'll have to wait and see. There's some people out there saying it's been debunked. I haven't seen anybody debunking it, just as much as I haven't seen anybody proving that it's going to happen. So it's a waiting game. It'll always be a waiting game, and we won't have to wait that long. I'm sure a trailer's coming and the movie's coming, so we'll see what happens. Until then, this is Rob signing off for E.T.N, where we don't do news, we just talk entertainment. Take it easy.
Thank you for watching E.T.N. Don't forget to comment, share, and subscribe. Join the Nation's Facebook page to meet other subscribers or visit E.T.N's Facebook page and Twitter page. Links for all are in the description.